Hello, I'm Jack and welcome to the glorious month of July 2025. We went to lots of places, going to show you them in colour, kicking off the trip to Henley Royal Regatta. Well, we got stuck on the M4 first of all. Before meeting up with Peter, I rode with him here 45 years ago. And here's the gang from 45 years ago. So a nice start at Henley. Then we're moving on to the Cotswolds. Here I am with my cycling stuff on, cycling around the place. The harvest is in. And I like to go through Winchcombe past the bakery for a coronation chicken sandwich, and then right up the escarpment to the Bella Snap burial mound, 5,000 years old. That's really quite something. And the little hollow valley is called Little Switzerland. Another trip was with Gordon and Jenny. Jenny fixes the route, but not the weather. We got rained on a few times, but nothing too bad. And you can see that the kind of wheat's up, and Gordon's scaring the bejeebers out of the dog. Another walk again with Karen and Louis, and you would think we'd be terrified by these cows, and we were, but Karen isn't. No, she saw them off.
It's Karen versus the cows. My money's on the cows.
Come on guys, out the way.
Oh, they're all coming, go on.
Before a lovely meal at the Victoria Hotel. Now then, here is Mel and Karma, because we're going off with Roy to Sudley Castle. More interested in the gardens than the house itself. Well, that was pretty good. And again, a very nice meal afterwards. So we've had quite a few nice long walks around the Cotswolds. Next, we're off to Wales. Yes, Wales, and kicking off with the Merthyr steam train. That was a nice little trip up towards the Brecon Beacons. It's actually the oldest working railway in the world. Yes, and that was quite something. And then down off to Carrick-Kennen Castle. I went there as a boy. It's quite... The ruin itself isn't that much, but it's the most fantastic spot with these wonderful views.
Woo! Here I am, on top of the little headland behind the castle. What an incredible view we have on offer today. Just absolutely gorgeous. I think some field burning going on over there. Some harvesting going on in other directions. It's the Welsh countryside. Just fantastic. Thank you everyone.
And then we were staying the night in Larne, which is where Dylan Thomas had his boathouse, yes, and he also had his writing hut, which Mel was very impressed with. We went to the local pub, had a few beers, and we stayed in Brown's Hotel, which Dylan went to many, many times and had a really, really good steak, really enjoyable meal, so that was very nice. Next morning, back down to the estuary, looking up at Dylan's boathouse and Larne Castle. Here it is, quite a magnificent sight. Before going off to Pendine Sands, world speed record was set there, and I think you can see the Gower. Isn't that amazing? Yes. Very slow going on the roads, all these farm vehicles competing with tourists. Got ourselves to a recommended pub, and then in the scorching heat walked round Saundersfoot Bay all the way round through to a nice little harbour.
Look at this. This is the harbour. Absolutely fantastic. And it goes out onto this beautiful beach. Look at that.
Following that, we went off to Tenby. Yes, this is our hotel here within the town walls and the colourful houses that Tenby's known for.
Rosé with loads of ice.
I had a drink and then on to the harbour. Yeah, you can see the more colourful houses. We could hear this kind of noise as we got close to the harbour. What on earth could it be?
Henby. Evening sun. Isn't this great? There's its famous colourful houses.
Well, this sign gives you a clue because it was being rudely ignored by all the local kids. There were thousands of them and they were busy kind of throwing themselves into the water. once that was all over and done with, we went up to the castle. There was a fantastic sunset over Tenby, so that we enjoyed that as well. And then on the final day, well, it was very, very hot, but we thought, no, we are going to go to Llanstefan Castle. That is Worm's Head, just a great view. Again, the castle had the magnificent views around the estuary. Here's Mel waving away happily, and you can see the castle from the inside in pretty good nick.
Here I am at romantic Llanstefan Castle, our last castle of our wonderful, wonderful Pembroke trip. And life has been I've been very fortunate to be accompanied by a beautiful woman.
Well, our next trip was to Bath, and here's Chris again in Bath Town Centre with the Abbey. And why we're in Bath? Well, Chris Alves was back in town. Haven't seen the old boy for 40 years. He hasn't changed at all. Sally hasn't changed at all here by the bridge. That was very nice to see, and the weir. And Amanda taking us to the pub. What could be finer than that? So after all that gallivanting around, we're back in the garden now. This is the front garden, the hydrangea pom-poms. And the roses looking pretty good as well, I have to say. If you move over into the back garden, the roses are looking pretty good there as well. So that's very nice to see. And the flowers in the pots and the seed heads. But wait, there's something going on here. What on earth could be happening?
What's going on round here, you may ask yourself? Into this dark bit. Look, it's a video, Steve, you're on. And there's Lee as well. There's Steve, there he is.
Hello, world.
You're going to do, there we go. This is going to be, now, what's going to happen here?
We're building a brand new shed area.
Brilliant.
Yes, the boys are back in town, Steve and Lee, and they're building a new hut for Mel.
Right, jump, keep going, Lee. Jump, you bastard. There you go, that's it. Strange Racing Mitchells here in Cheltenham.
And it's going to be quite something, and I think it's going to be painted in army green and be a writing hut for Mel, so that's very good.
Yes, here we have the camouflage tent.
Oh, it's hardly camouflage.
How's it going, Mel?
Well, I'm getting paint everywhere, actually. All over myself, but it's good fun, thank you.
The other thing that's going on in the garden is lots of barbecues. Here's Becca and James. We love to see Becca and James, and Louis as well, I think. And also Daniel, yes, there he is. And with the Cheltenham Chuggers, I think they are, all going for kind of fittings. And he's got himself a new guitar, which is very nice. And I've met Millie's dad, yes. Dean, we hugged. We're big huggers now, and we have to be more touchy-feeling. And talking about hugging, went off to Maureens' 90th birthday. Yes, the place was full of wild and enthusiastic Reeses. Always nice to see. Here's Amanda. I was in college with her now. Yes, 45 years. And here she is with her sisters and her mum. So that's all very nice. It was all, yes, lots and lots of hugs. It was an important and a good, happy day. And then to finish the month off, I'd persuaded Mel to come on holiday. Yes, we're going to go on the Hurtigruten up the coast of Norway. And so the last 3 days, yes, we're in Bergen. We're going up these majestic fjords. We're having cycle rides in Trondheim. Mel looking very tall by Trondheim Cathedral. Thousands of lighthouses. So I think it's fair to say we've had a very nice month. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.